Okay, so as the film moves on, there's another terrorist attack, this time at the Panama Canal. The first one's in France, then there's one at the Panama Canal. Should anything happen in the real world, in mainstream news reporting at the Panama Canal, just remember this was also the sequence of events in this film. What's interesting about the gematria of Panama Canal is how it syncs up with the United States. Notice that Panama Canal in Pythagorean gematria is 32, just like America. Panama Canal also equals 77. The American meridian, which cuts through Washington, D.C., is the 77th meridian. Supposed to be Kim Jong in his mansion. Throughout the film, the Film Actors Guild is shown as being this very important, notable force. It's a parody of liberals, showing how liberals, through their ignorance, support the real enemies of the world, which it is communicated in a comical way in this film, but also at the end of the day is very true. You know, most liberals in this world, their heart's in the right place, but what they think is that they need to give more tax dollars to government, and there needs to be more government programs to help problems. These people don't realize the governments use and abuse the money, use and abuse the power to further enslave us all. This is the one thing liberals don't understand in this world we live in. Liberals are often also stereotyped as being fags, homosexuals. I know this because I'm in a lot of ways, sympathetic and liberal in many regards. I've been called a fag many times in my lifetime for the things I believe. What's interesting about fag is how its English gematria sums to 84. Remember, United States of America is 84 in Pythagorean gematria. Near the end of the film, there's a countdown to set off thousands of nukes throughout the world. The camera goes to the countdown right at 33 seconds. It only shows it for a second, just right when it's on 33, counting down. What do we know about the number 33, Truth Seeker? Remember, one of these important numbers to the Masons. We talked about how it connects to AIDS, how it connects to Charlie Sheen. Very special number. Big number in Hollywood. The man who directed this film, who wrote it, Trey Parker, his name in simple English gematria, which is not his birth name, it's just his name he goes by in Hollywood, sums to 137, which is the 33rd prime number. The name Parker, his real birth last name, has a Pythagorean gematria of 33. Trey, a way to express 3. Paris, France, and Trey Parker, a match in Pythagorean gematria. ISIS in simple English gematria equals 56. This film released 11 years and 30 days before the November 13th attacks. Notice the 113 in that date. It could be a coincidence, but 113 was an important number all over this hoax. The Bataclan Theater was dedicated on November 3rd, which can be written 11/3 or 3/11. It came exactly 311 days. The November 13th Paris terror attack came exactly 311 days after the Charlie Hebdo attacks, which were also blamed on ISIS. 311, the reflection of 113. They said the Charlie Hebdo attacks began at 11:30 local time, 113. There's this viral peace image with the Eiffel Tower that's gone out by Jean Julien in the wake of the hoax. Jean Julien has gematria of 113. Stories like this. Here's a wanted terrorist for what happened. His birthday, September 15th, 1989, a date with 113 numerology. Here's the head of the CIA. He was on CNN yesterday talking about how ISIS has terror attacks in the pipeline ready to go for the United States of America. He said Washington, D.C. and New York should be on alert. Remember, Washington, D.C. equals 137, the 33rd prime number. The word federal equals 33. Washington, D.C., the home of the federal government. See how nicely it goes together? Before, the federal government was located in the Keystone State. Keystone having that gematria 33. That's Pennsylvania if you don't know your history. Remember, Baba Kama 113A, something that gets coded in Disney and Pixar films. Jews may use lies to circumvent a Gentile, which is a non-Jew. Mainstream, dishonest, green screen, all having gematria of 113. This number that gets coded again and again and again. If you went through my video library and you watched all 800 and some videos, you would see what a broken record I am with these numbers. I just talk about them again and again and again. So either what I've done is I've revealed the most amazing coincidence in the history of the world, or I have truly shown what I assert, that this is how things are scripted. For those of you who don't understand how movies could be synced up with real events, let me break it down like this. Have you ever seen this Hotels.com commercial with the number 239 smack dab in the center? What I assert is the people running the world, they have a bulletin board like this out there, mapped out with all their planned events. They're spaced out according to the numbers. They're spaced out according to dates of history. And as we pass each day, they count down as they approach their planned events. One of the 9/11 commissioners, Bob Kerrey, former governor, former congressman, who was on the 9/11 commission. You can look up Bob Kerrey, what he said. He got confronted by an independent journalist who said he wanted to get to the bottom of 9/11. And Bob Kerrey said, you'll never get to the bottom of 9/11 because it was planned for more than 30 years. Words out of a 9/11 commissioner's mouth. And remember, 911 made the national emergency dialing code in 68. World Trade Center construction began in 68. George W. Bush graduated from Yale in Skull and Bones in 68. Space Odyssey 2001 came out in 68. All 33 years before 2001. And there was a whole lot of 33 coded into 9/11 too. Whole lot of numbers coded into 9/11. It's a big numerology orgy that day. You know, there's smart people out there, truth seeker. You can be smart too. All of us can be smarter than we are. Use your minds. Here's some other important 113 words. These words or numbers that get coded all over hoaxes. This form of coding numbers, according to Aleister Crowley, was a form of black magic, having a magical power over people. Don't ask me to explain it. I've just revealed it. I've just decoded it. I don't fully understand it yet either. I'm a student of my own work. But just look at some of these phrases. God of mankind. Who is the God of mankind at this day and age, you know? Who's really having the greatest influence on people? Is it God, or is it the people who control media and the things people are obsessed with? The hand of fate. Think about Scottish Rite Freemasonry. There's more words than this. These are just some interesting ones. So anyway, that about wraps it up, Truth Seeker. From Charlie Sheen to Team America to what happened on Friday, November 13th in Paris. Until next time.